The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, that's what I get for starting lunch at 11:30 and thinking I had all the time in the world. When I finished up, I looked up and it was 3 minutes of 12. Hi, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 9th day of March 2023. We play the games of Wednesday, May 30th, 2001. And we have, well, the Red Sox and the Yankees. You can't do any better than that, can you? Well, sure you can. It's Pedro Martinez looking for his 6th win of the year, going against Mike Mussina on a cool night in Boston, Massachusetts. The Yankees are in first place by 5.5 games. They are 34-16. The Red Sox, there's just going to be too much to overcome. They aren't staying in the race much longer at 28-21. So we'll enjoy this Pedro Martinez game while you can, because there aren't that many left for him. So that's that for that. It's time for baseball. It's the Red Sox and the Yankees next, as Retro Sports Network presents 2001, an Action PC Season Odyssey. Tonight, from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, it's the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Bernie? And it will be on a shaky stream, I'm being told. The Red Sox and the Yankees. Pedro Martinez getting the start. This is start 11. He only makes 18 all year. He is 5-1 with an earned run average of 189. He is 29 years old. I'm doing well so far, thanks. He is a ground ball plus pitcher, and he throws that cutter at 97. The two-time defending American League Cy Young Award winner, last pitched at Yankee Stadium on May 24. So almost a week's rest, a 3-2 loss, which he didn't figure in on the decision. 5 innings for Pedro, 108 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 5 and struck out 8. So after a whole run of starts where he struck out 10 plus, he hasn't done it his last 2 times out there. Overall, 66 2/3 innings, 43 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned, 4 homers allowed. He has walked a scant 17 while striking out 101. And this will be the lineup that he'll face. Chuck Knobloch leads off in left field. Derek Jeter is at short. He'll bat second. David Justice is the DH. He'll go third. Bernie Williams cleans up in center field. Tino Martinez at first will bat 5th. Paul O'Neill in right will go 6th. Jorge Posada behind the plate bats 7th. Scott Brocious at third will bat 8th. And Alfonso Soriano at second batting 9th. Mike Mussina, 110 pitches is what he is looking for today for the Yankees. For the Red Sox defensively, it is Troy O'Leary, who has a 2-arm in left. Carl Everett, who's a 3 and a 4 in center. We're using the 1999 picture of Fenway Park here, I guess. And Trot Nixon is in right. He is a 4 range. Shea Hillenbrand at third is a 4. John Valentin is a 3 at short. Jose Offerman a 4 at second. Brian Daubach a 5 at first. Jason Varitek an 8 and a 5 behind the plate. And Pedro is a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Knobloch steps in at 233, 62 degrees, by the way. Winds are very light at 2, blowing in from left center field. Chuck has 3 homers, 16 RBIs, and a restraining order from Keith Olbermann's mother. We start this one off with a ground ball to Daubach at first. Brian will take it at the bag himself, 1 out. O'Leary a 5 and a 2 in left. Nixon is a 4 and a 7 in right. Derek Jeter, by the way, hitting .310, 5 homers, and 19 RBI. Pedro winds and sets, and Jeter draws the walk. So a 3-1 fastball high and away. First base runner for the Yankees here is David Justice. At 272, 8 homers, and 25 RBI. Looks like the stream has settled in a little bit. Struck him out. An 0-2 fastball in the outside corner, a 1 away or 2 away for Bernie Williams at 311, 9 homers and 35 RBI. Pedro kicks and fires. Got him! Swung on and missed, and that'll take care of the Yankees. No runs, no hits. They'll leave a runner on after half an inning. It's the Yankees, nothing. Here come the Red Sox. And so Mike Mussina, who's on a 5-game winning streak, 32 years old, curveball pitcher. That fastball tops out at 88, and he is a ground ball pitcher. His 11th start of the year, he is 6-2 with an earned run average of 248. Hard to believe he never won a Cy Young. He last pitched against the Red Sox on the 24th. So he and Pedro hooked up then, and Mussina threw 6 2/3 shutout innings, 105 pitches, 4 hits, a walk, and a season-high 11 strikeouts. Mike has thrown 72 2/3, 60 hits, 20 runs, 3 homers. All those runs are earned. He's walked 16, and his 68 strikeouts are good for 9th in the American League. His 6 wins are good for 10th, and that 2.48 ERA will get you 7th. Here's the Red Sox lineup for you. Jose Offerman with a 17-game hitting streak leads off at second base. Trot Nixon's the one in right field batting second. Carl Everett in center will go third. Manny Ramirez, the DH today, he'll clean up. Troy O'Leary in left will bat fifth. Shea Hillenbrand at third will go sixth. Brian Daubach at first will bat seventh. John Valentin is at short going eighth. I think that's John Valentin. Let's make sure. Yes, it is. And the captain, Jason Varitek, batting ninth. Behind the plate, Pedro threw 14 pitches in his half of the first. It will be Knobloch, who's a 4 and a 5 and left for the Yankees as we set their defense. Bernie Williams, a 7 and a 3 in center. O'Neill is a 2 in right. Brocious, a 5 at third. Jeter, a 5 at short. Soriano, a 3 at second. Tino Martinez, an 8 at first. Posada, an 8 and a 3 behind the plate. And Mussina is an 8 on the mound with a 9.77 fielding percentage. Offerman hitting 284, 2 homers, and 18 RBI. And Jose flies this one to right. O'Neill's arm, by the way, is a 5, and that is out of play. Somebody from Saugus made that play, and all he does is talk about hockey. So a ball and 2 strikes to Offerman as we get set here in the bottom of the first between these two teams. Game 50 for the Red Sox and 51 for the Yankees. Struck him out. A 1-2 fastball on the inside corner, 1 out. For Trot Nixon, who's at 302, 12 homers and 23 RBI. Mussina winds and deals. That's a good afternoon. A 1-2 curveball swung on and missed. So good morning and good afternoon. And here's the dinosaur, Carl Everett, at 254, 8 homers, and 28 RBI. Struck him out. Mussina gets the side. Good morning, good afternoon, and a swing and a miss for a good night. And down go the Red Sox in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, no score. So it'll be Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, and Jorge Posada to face Pedro. Mussina, by the way, struck out the side on 12 pitches. Tino hitting 293, 11 homers, and 41 RBI. Struck him out. That's 3 for Pedro. A full count fastball swung on and missed. Brings up O'Neill. Paulie at 256, 9 homers, and 31 RBI. How you doing, Matt? Steeler fan in the house, trying to get rid of some buggy whips. As an ambulance or an emergency vehicle goes on behind me. Pitch to O'Neill. There's a ground ball to Offerman over to first for the out. No, that's not Nick. and it's not Ron Swanson. This is Jorge Posada at 279, 7 homers, and 27 RBI. Pedro kicks and fires, and Posada strikes out. 4 for Pedro as Jorge swung at that fastball to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second here at Fenway, and no score. And the chances of that, Todd, are as good as George Hendrick coming out of retirement. Todd B., who owes me some Jim Rice cards, by the way. Any chance? It was Jimmy Rice's birthday yesterday. He was 70. Any chance, he asks, if Bob Stanley can come out of retirement for this game? No, none at all. Here's Manny at 304, 9 homers, and 30 RBI. Mussina starts the second. Strike 3, and so Mike is with 4. An 0-2 fastball in the inside corner. And that'll bring up Troy O'Leary. The Red Sox have yet to put a ball in play. Have the Red Sox retired his number? Who is Stanley's or Rice's? O'Leary has 6 homers and 18 RBI. Little ground ball to Soriano over to Martinez for the out. No, they have not retired Stanley's number. I think Papelbon even now has the franchise lead in saves. Here's Shea Hillenbrand, 263, 5 homers, and 19 RBI. Mussina winds and deals, and he has struck out 5 of the first 6 he's faced. How about that? Strike 3 was dropped, and Hillenbrand was tagged for it. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third here at Fenway Park. No score. So Brocious, Soriano, and Knobloch to face Petey here in the third. Scott at 295, 4 homers, and 17 RBI. If this was Wheel of Fortune, Jamie would like a K, Pat. There you go. That would be the old Billy Joel song, like talking about having a heart attack. You ought to know by now. Pitch to Brocious. There's a fly ball to the left. O'Leary makes the catch, 1 out. For Soriano at 251, 2 homers and 15 RBI. We've already had 9 strikeouts in this game with 1 out in the top of the third. Ground ball to Valentin behind the bag at second, over to Daubach, 2 out. And that will bring up Knobloch. Chuck is 0 for 1. Petey opening 9, 2 2/3. 32 pitches, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. I bet Bob Stanley his high school retired his number. Pitch to Knobloch. There's a ground ball to Valentin again. Second verse, same as the first. And after 2.5, there's no score. No runs, no hits, no errors. So Daubach, Valentin, and Veritek to face Mussina here in the third. Bryan at 237, 6 homers, and 19 RBI. I bet, Todd, there were a fair amount of livers retired at Fenway Park watching Bob Stanley pitch. That's a line drive center field. Bernie makes a great catch. A diving, sliding one on the grass. 1 out. Seeing that the American flag is mown into center field, I would either venture to guess that this picture of Fenway was either taken late in 01 or in 02. Here's John Valentin. John making a cameo appearance in this replay, 3 for 40, hitting .075 with 2 RBI. Mussina kicks and fires. In the left center, Bernie going back. Bernie will make the catch. 2 out. For Veritek at 252, 7 homers and 20 RBI, and Jason's year is almost done. He only had 174 at-bats. This should be 152. Fly ball, right field, O'Neill. And again, that person who's yakking about hockey from Saugus makes the catch. The count is 0-2. Musina has thrown 3 gymnastic innings. Here's the pitch. And that is the first base hit for the Red Sox in the ballgame. So Veritek roped that one into center field. And the broadcaster's jinx took care of Musina. You're welcome, Yankee fans. 32 pitches for Mike for his opening 9 batters, 2 2/3, the 1 hit, and 5 strikeouts. Offerman struck out to start the ballgame. And he'll go down again. That's 6 for Musina. No runs, a hit, no errors. Pitch was swung on and missed. We go to the 4th. No score. So 10 strikeouts combined through 3 innings for this pair. Here's Derek Jeter. He's the only Yankee base runner he walked. Martinez delivers, and there is a base hit in front of Everett. And so both teams now have a single. Musina is definitely locked in. Here's Justice. David struck out his first time up. Struck him out. That's 5 for Petey. A 2-2 fastball looking at 98. Boy, a wild steroid era baseball. We've had some good ones, Jamie. We've missed you. Hopefully things are okay with you. Bernie Williams struck out his first time up. 1 out, top the 4th. No score. 6 for Petey. A curve on the outside corner on an 0-2. I mean, this is the era for Pedro where if you wanted him to thread a needle, he probably could. Here's Tino Martinez. He struck out his first time up. Petey's pitch. That's into center field. Everett going back. Carl's got a beat on it, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th here at Fenway. No score. Someone forgot to publish the standings, so you get the in-game report. Hopefully you'll be able to catch us live a little more often. All is good. That's good to hear. So let's take a look at the standings, shall we? Atlanta has overtaken first place in the National League East. They've won 5 straight, 9 of 10. Florida and the Mets are a half game back, and Philly is a game and a half back. Houston by a game over Cincy. St. Louis a game and a half back. In the West, San Francisco by 2 over Colorado, 6 over Arizona. Arizona needs to be playing a little bit better baseball. In the East, the Yankees by 5.5 over the Red Sox. They've won 6 straight. The Red Sox have lost 6 straight. The Rays have won 5 straight. That's where Jamie's been. And in the Central, Chicago now has a game lead over Cleveland. They've won 6 straight. Cleveland has lost. And Seattle holds that big lead over everyone else in the American League West. Yeah, Todd, I agree with that. Always thinking that Pedro's brother Ramon for the Dodgers would break out, but he never did. A fine pitcher in his own right. But it's kind of like comparing Wayne Gretzky to Brett Gretzky. Both obviously good enough to qualify to play in a major North American professional sport. That's about where the similarities end, though. Trot Nixon struck out his first time up. Yeah, Ramon had his share of shoulder issues. Pitch to Nixon. That's into right. O'Neill drifting back. That's off the wall. So Nixon's going to have extra bases. The throw goes into second. And for the first time, the Red Sox have anybody has a runner in scoring position. Brings up Carl Everett, who struck out his first time up. And will do so again. A full count fastball looking on the outside corner. 7 for Musina. So here's Manny, who struck out his first time up. And they're going to walk him. Interesting. In the 4th inning of a scoreless game. Here's O'Leary. Troy is 0 for 1. And there's a fly ball right field. Back goes O'Neill to the wall, and that is off it. So Nixon will round third and score. Ramirez will round third and score. And O'Leary makes him pay with a stand-up double. It's 2-0 Boston. I don't know why you would walk someone in the 4th inning. Unless you think Petey is just going to throw BBs the rest of his time out there. So Mussina, who nearly had 3 no-hit innings, is now on the wrong end of a 2-0 score. Here's Hillenbrand. Shea struck out his first time up. That's right. Ramon was rail thin, Todd says. Reminds me of the Guardians' Tristan McKenzie. Pitch to Hillenbrand. There's a line drive to Soriano, and O'Leary has... Well, that's the inning. Oh, they do double up O'Leary. How about that? Troy took off to third and got caught. So... good play by Soriano to get back to the bag. It's a double play for you. 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Boston on the 2-run double by O'Leary. We go to the 5th. 2-0 Red Sox. So it'll be O'Neill, Posada, and Brocious to face Pedro. Paul is 0 for 1. Petey's pitch. Struck him out. That's 7 for Pedro. A 1-2 fastball at 98, swung on and missed. And if you were wondering what the other season that Gardner got besides 76, I don't even know what he got. And I'm his buddy. I don't think it's 2004. I think 2004 is sold out in Strat. Here's Posada. Jorge struck out his first time up. Goes down again. That's a good morning and a good afternoon. A 2-2 curve at 90. And Brocious is trying to avoid being the good night. He is 0 for 1. Pedro looks locked in. Good night. That's 9. He swung on and missed, and Pedro doesn't even break a sweat. Halfway home on a cloudy 30-degree day in Burlington. It's the Red Sox 2, the Yankees nothing. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. Troy O'Leary, a 2-run double in the 4th, and that's been about it. Mike Mussina and Pedro Martinez have matched blanks to the point you think you're watching the match game. Mussina, 3-hitter through 4. The 2 runs, he's walked 1 and struck out 7. Pedro, a 1-hitter through 5, and he has fanned 9. So as Mussina takes the mound, it'll be Daubach, Valentin, and Veritek. No sponsors yet for my iRacing career. I probably should be recording more of that. I am some kind of terrible behind the wheel of a car. That's why I don't drive in real life. Brian Daubach is 0 for 1. Mussina starts the 5th. Struck him out. That's 8 for Mike. A full count curveball. Caught the inside corner. So here's Valentin. John is 0 for 1. We'll be back with you Tuesday night for more baseball. Pitch to John. There's a ground ball to third. Brocious across the way. And eventually it gets over to Tino Martinez. For the out, there's 2 out. For Veritek, who's 1 for 1. He got the first hit of the ball game for either side. Mussina from the wind. That's into right. O'Neill going back. Should track it down. He does. And that will retire the side. Excuse me. No runs, no hits, no errors. Going to the 6th at Fenway. 2-0 Boston. So Soriano, Knobloch, and Jeter for the Yankees, as Pedro has allowed 1 hit through 5. Pitch to Soriano. He drops one down, and Hillenbrand won't get there in time, so Soriano is on with a bunt single. Daubach thought that they'd beaten it, that he was there in time, and nope. Daubach offers the umpire a hot dog, and the umpire glares at him. So here's Knobloch. He's 0 for 2. Petey, 73 pitches, 5 hits, 5 innings plus, 2 hits, a walk, and 9 strikeouts for his opening 18. Throws to first, and Soriano is back. They'll pitch out. Soriano not going anywhere. Oh, but Knobloch's going to square. So Daubach and Hillenbrand come in to play the bunt. 1 ball count. There goes Soriano. It was a hit and run. Fly ball, left field, hooking foul. And somebody from Bellows Falls, Vermont made that catch. And the count is a ball and a strike. Hillenbrand and Daubach remain to play for the bunt. A 1-1 count. There goes Soriano. Hit and run was on. Hillenbrand's only play is to first to Daubach, and Knobloch isn't as fast as Soriano for the out. So Soriano on second. 1 out for Derek Jeter, who has walked and singled. The Yankees have 2 hits. The Red Sox have 3. Petey from the set. Jeter into center field. Everett rides the swing. Carl makes the catch. Soriano goes back for the tag. And there's 2 out for David Justice, who has struck out twice. You can pay, by the way, to have logos put on the car in iRacing. It's a program called Trading Paints. It's a monthly fee. I don't think I'll ever do enough to warrant that. Here's the pitch to Justice. There's a base hit right field. That should score Soriano. Nixon picks it up. Soriano rounds third. And the Red Sox concede the run. So 2-1, 2 out in the 6th. For Bernie Williams, who struck out twice. Pickle Girl is on a break. So here he is. Well, very gracious of you to make it there, Dave. Pitch to Bernie. Long drive right field, and the Yankees lead this one 3-1. 3-2. Good timing, Gardner. Good timing. So Bernie Williams takes Pedro deep for his 10th of the year, and the Yankees pull up a 3-2 lead. I don't think there was anything Nixon could do about that. That ball was just gone into the bullpens. And Mike Mussina has a smile on his face in the Yankee dugout. Brings up Tino Martinez, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. So, did Dave buy the Strat Black? Pitch to Martinez. Tino into center field. Everett moving over. Will make the catch to retire the side. But the Yankees get 3-2 on the homer by Bernie Williams. On 3 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at Fenway Park. 3-2 New York. So Mussina threw 18 batters. 82 pitches. 5 innings. 3 hits, a walk, 2 earned runs, and 8 strikeouts. Yeah, Strat Black. I saw someone playing that the other day. Offerman, sitting on a 17-game hitting streak, is 0 for 2. It looked like you were playing Strat in a planetarium. Pitch to Offerman. There's a fly ball to right. O'Neill moving over. Makes the catch. 1 out. For Nixon, who's 1 for 2, Trot has doubled, scored, and struck out. They are the cards. I mean, the basic and advanced. The advanced are not colored, red or blue. Next year they're going to sell white cards with black print. That's pretty much what they're doing for the basic side now, Jamie. The advanced and super advanced sides have color. That strat going the way of baseball cards. Limited print variations coming up next. I don't know why, but that Mickey Mantle card is now playable. Pitch to Nixon. Line drive right field. That's going to get around in the corner. O'Neill's going to have to go grab it. Trott's got two with ease, you would think. However, O'Neill has a good throw. Trott puts it into overdrive, and Jeter can't put the tag on. So the 7th double of the year for Nixon, and he is a tying run for Carl Everett, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 3-2 Yankees, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Everett into right. O'Neill has to get past him. Nixon's going to score to tie this game up. Everett has 2 at least. Is he going to go for 3? He's going to try for 3. O'Neill, Soriano cuts it off. Throws DeBrosius. It's going to be close over there. Everett puts his hand in and is safe. His 2nd triple of the year makes it a 3-3 ball game. And there is only 1 out. So Everett huffed and puffed his way around the bases. And that'll bring up Manny Ramirez, who was intentionally walked his last time up. Not Jamie's thing. We're talking about Strat Black, but it makes sense for them to come up with the special sets. What are you guys' thoughts on the Diamond Gems? So Everett on 3rd. 1 out. Those, by the way, are card and dice only. They're not PC as far as I know. Pitch to Manny. They go to him this time, and he strikes out. A 1-2 fastball, and that's 9 from Usina. Next year, Todd says Hal will probably sign a limited number of sets. Why he signs them with Love George Hendrick, I don't know. Here's O'Leary. Troy is doubled. He's 1 for 2, and he hit that 2-run double in the 4th to put the Red Sox up 2-0. Everett on 3rd, 2 out here in the 6th. Posada and Musina have a word. O'Leary into right field, but O'Neill should track it down. And that is the catch. 1 run, however, for the Red Sox to tie this up. 2 hits and no errors after 6, 3-3. So O'Neill, Posada, and Roches to face Pedro here in the 7th. Paul is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Steve Cook, by the way, will not be signing thumb drives with new versions of Action PC games. Just saying. Pitch from Pedro. Ground ball up the middle. Offerman by the bag at second over to Daubach. 1 out. For Posada, who has struck out twice. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Yankees. And they've left on 2. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. And they've left on 2. Yeah, of course, the other big surprise is that Strat PC seasons are now $30 a piece. You get a free 8x10 glossy with that extra fee. Of what, Hal? Pitch to Posada. 10 for Pedro. How about that? So Pedro in there at the knees with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, has 10 strikeouts, and now has fanned 111 on the year. Here's Brocious. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That's into right field. Nixon going back. Should be able to get there. He does. Stretch time, 3-3. So you've seen that 95 pitches to come out to start the bottom of the 7th. Hillenbrand, Daubach, and Valentin to face him. Shea is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. There's a fly ball, left center field. Bernie, 1 out. And that'll do it for Musina. Mike Stanton's going to come into pitch. To face the lefty Daubach, Stanton making his 22nd appearance. He's 2-1. A 3.80 ERA. Mike is 34 years old. Fastball at 92 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Stanton pitched 3 times over the weekend against the Indians. Last pitched on the 27th, a 4-2 win. 2 innings, 36 pitches, gave up a homer, a solo shot, and 4 hits. Struck out 3. So overall, 23 2/3, 28 hits, 14 runs, 10 earned. That 1 homer, he has walked 5 while striking out 29. Who can hit a lefty? Thing is, Dante Bichette can, hitting .333. He does have a 2-run pinch hit homer. .333, 2 homers, and 7 RBI overall. He swings into left field. Knobloch will have that one go down the line and make the catch for the 2nd out. So here's Valentin. John is 0 for 2. Stanton's pitch. John hits a ground ball to Jeter. Derek signs it with love over to Martinez. And Valentin is retired. So after 7, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Yankees 3, the Red Sox 3. So Hillenbrand moves over to first. And Bichette, who's a 0 at third, stays in the game at third. Wonder if Dante ever played there. Here's Soriano. Alfonso is 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. So Pedro, probably a base runner here. And that might be it. That's actually going to get past Nixon down in the corner. Soriano is blazingly fast. He's going to get 2 at least. Nixon's still trying to get it. He does. Soriano makes the turn for third. Offerman's throw to Bichette is going to be not in time, and that's the 2nd triple of the year for Soriano. So Pedro will face Knobloch, who's 0 for 3, opening 27 for Petey, 105 pitches, 7+ innings, 5 hits. The home run to Williams. He has walked 1 and struck out 10. Infield playing in with nobody out and the go-ahead run on third. Varitek reminds Pedro at that. Ground ball to Offerman. And he looks Soriano back, throws over to Hillenbrand for the out. Yeah, this could either be a stroke of genius on my part, or I get a front page story in the Globe about how much I suck. Here's Derek Jeter, 1 for 2. Derek has singled and walked. Infield in again. Both teams, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Fouls it back, and the count is 0-2. 1 out. Infield in. Pitch to Jeter. Struck him out. How about that? So Petey got him on a curve. And here's David Justice, who's 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, driven in a run, and struck out twice. So Pedro has struck out 11. Remember, this is the team that used Derek Lowe as their closer, okay? So Petey thinks he can get Justice. Here's the pitch. Struck him out! They got through it. How about that? So Pedro will finish the night with 12 strikeouts, no runs, a hit, and no errors. Go to the bottom of the 8th at Fenway, 3-3. Peter Gammons is sharpening his pen for the write-up. Yes, he should. Here's Varitek, 1 for 2. Jason is singled. So Stanton and Pedro, the pitchers of record here in the bottom of the 8th. Got him. First one for Mike. A full count curve on the inside corner. Brings up Offerman, who's still sitting on a 17-game hitting streak. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Stanton kicks and fires. Got him. So that's the 3rd time Offerman has struck out, and they're going to bring in Randy Choate. So Choate to face Nixon, this game coming in from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. Choate has no record, an earned run average of 2.51, 15th or 16th appearance. He's 25 years old, fastball at 95, and a fly ball pitcher. Last pitched Saturday in that 9-1 win over Cleveland. Went an inning and 2/3, 36 pitches, allowed a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. 14 in the 3rd innings overall for Randy. 9 hits, 4 runs all earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 9. Now, who can hit a lefty? Darren Lewis will pinch hit. At 328, no homers and 9 RBI. Sweet Caroline, whoa, whoa, whoa. So Lewis waves the bat back and forth. Pitch from Choate. Struck him out. And we've played 8 at the big old ballpark on the Back Bay. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Yankees 3, the Red Sox 3. Lewis, by the way, a 4 and a 6. And right. Rod Beck is coming in to pitch. Beck 1-1 with a 3.42 ERA. 32 years old, a curveball pitcher. The fastball tops out at 88. 21st appearance. Shooter last pitched 2 nights ago against the Yankees on Memorial Day. And that 7-2 loss, went inning and a 3rd, 26 pitches, a hit, and a walk. So overall, 23 2/3, 24 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 1 homer. He walked 14 and struck out 20. So Williams, who hit the 2-run homer in the 6th. Yep, Beck looks like a roto reliever should. The beard, the hair, a little greasy from the bar. The smell of nicotine. And stale Bud Light. Pitch to Bernie. Fly ball right field. Lewis, 1 out. Here's Tino Martinez. Tino's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Everett, Manram, and O'Leary for the Sox in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch to Tino. Second verse for Lewis. Moves over into right center. 2 out. For Paul O'Neill, who was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Beck trying to get the side in order. O'Neill, ground ball to Valentin. John throws it over to Hillenbrand. And the Dante Bichette experiment at 3rd is working. He hasn't had to field a thing. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Fenway. New York 3, Boston 3. So Choate, for the moment, stays in to face Everett, Manny, and Troy O'Leary. Carl 1 for 3. He tripled, scored, and has struck out twice. This time around, it's a ground ball. Jeter with a diving stop over to first. And Everett is safe on a bang-banger. I thought Jeter put enough on that to get him, but the winning run is on. Nobody out. for Manny, who has walked and struck out twice. He is 0 for 2. He scored a run. And so the Red Sox now have the winning run on and nobody out. Throw to first. Everett is back. Manny takes a few practice cuts out there. Choate's ready. Shows Manny. Ground ball to third. Might be 2. Brocious to Soriano for 1. Pivots. But they can't get Manny, as there was a hard slide from Everett. And so now Manny is the game-winning run for O'Leary. We look to the dugout for Mike Lansing. Lansing at 267, 3 homers, 12 RBI, does have a pinch hit homer. 1 out. Ramirez on first. He's the winning run. A good one here at Fenway. 3-3, bottom of the 9th. Lansing swings into left center field. Back goes Williams. Bernie makes the catch, and there's 2 out. Brings up Hillenbrand, who is 0 for 3. He is now at first. He has struck out once. He's staying in the ballgame. So we're 1 out away from Dave Gardner's favorite term, extra innings. Pitch to Shea. Ground ball to Choate. Throws it over to first, and free baseball at Fenway. How about that? After 9, it's 3-3. So we're going to move Bichette to left. And Lansing will stay in the game at third. He's a 1 with a 9.14. So Bichette a 4 and a 5. Lansing is a 1. Posada is 0 for 3. He has struck out 3 times, and Beck is going to throw a second inning. It'll be Bichette, Valentin, and Varitek for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 10th. Posada is ready. So is Beck. Struck him out. So Posada has struck out all 4 times he's been up. Beck went with a changeup, and Posada was thinking fastball. First strikeout for Rod. Here's Brocious, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And Enrique Wilson is going to pinch hit for the Yankees. Has Gammons put away the pen yet, Todd? Enrique, 250, no homers, and 2 RBI. As a pinch hitter, 238 with an RBI. To Valentin, John throws. That's an easy play over to Hillenbrand for the out. So the outfield for the Red Sox, Bichette in left, Everett in center, and Darren Lewis in right. Lansing at third, Valentin at short, Offerman at second, Hillenbrand at first. And the battery right now is Beck and Varitek. Soriano is 2 for 3, a bunt single, a triple, and a run scored. And Beck struck him out. So 2 good innings for Rod. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 10th at Fenway. It's the Yankees 3, the Red Sox 3. So Bichette was 0 for 1. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Yankees. They've left on 3. The Red Sox, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. And they have left on 3. Choate still in the ball game. He's pitched an inning and a third. Bichette, line drive to Jeter, 1 out. Craig Graybeck is going to pinch hit. Graybeck 1 for 30. This game is not going to end with this at-bat with a home run. Pitch from Choate. Ground ball to first. Tino Martinez waits. Underhands it to Choate for the out, 2 away. That'll bring up Veritek 1 for 3. Jason is singled and struck out. Knobloch, Jeter, and Justice for the Yankees in the 11th. Unless Veritek does something right now. Line drive. Wilson with a snare. Picked it up off a hard hop. He's a 4 over there. The throw to Tino, and that will retire the side. We've played 10 at Fenway Park. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Yankees 3, the Red Sox 3. So Rolando Araujo will now get to throw as probably maybe up to 4 innings if they need it. He is 4-1 and earned an average of 183. He's 32 years old. He's a fastball pitcher at 89 and a standard pitcher. He last worked against the Yankees in the Bronx on the 24th. He went 2 innings in a 3-2 loss. 27 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. So 34 1/3 for Orlando. 29 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 2 homers, 11 walks. And 23 strikeouts. Knobloch, Jeter, and Justice. Here in the top of the 11th, Offerman, who can still move that hitting streak to 18, by the way. Darren Lewis and Carl Everett for the Red Sox in the bottom of the frame. And I'm missing a shortstop. Graybeck, who's a 3, says, I'm here. Strike 3. A 1-2 changeup swung on and missed. So that'll bring up Jeter 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, and struck out. Arroyo's pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Lewis running in, rides the Schwinn, 2 out. For David Justice, 1 for 4. He has singled, scored, struck out 3 times, and driven in a run. In a high pop-up, Offerman on the grass makes the catch, and blah, 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 blah. Brian Boehringer coming in to pitch here in the bottom of the 11th. So Boehringer is 1-1 with a save, making his 16th appearance on the year. 3.44 the ERA, 31 years old. Fastball pitcher at 92 and a ground ball pitcher. Last pitch against the Indians in that 14-inning win Friday night. That 8-6 ball game, 2 2/3, 39 pitches. 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Overall for Brian, 18 1/3, 14 hits, 7 runs all earned, 2 homers, 8 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Offerman, trying to get that 18th game under his belt, is 0 for 4. He struck out 3 times. Boehringer deals, and there's a line drive into right field for a base hit. Well, on the card, it won't matter. He's got a 1 spot there, and so Offerman is hitting 18 straight games. Runners are in at the fielders are in at the corners for Lewis. And the Red Sox will oblige to try to move Offerman to second. Lewis squares, bunt rolls foul. So no balls and 2 strikes. And so now Lewis will have to swing. He struck out his first time up. And he draws a walk. So Boehringer lost him. And that with nobody out, and Offerman with average speed on second, he's the winning run. Darren Lewis pulls out the Adirondack chair and sits on first base. Everett has singled and tripled and struck out twice. So Mariano Rivera, Big Dave coming on just as we're finishing up. He walked him and they're loaded. So Offerman now the only runner that counts. Lewis sits on second base. And Everett with a bud is on first for Manny Ramirez. And there is nowhere to put Manny. And there's nobody out. And the Red Sox fan in me is thinking, how are they blowing this? Manny has struck out twice and walked once. But he scored 3-3, nobody out, bottom of the 11th inning. Bowringer on a 43-degree night here in Boston. The wind's now blowing in from left at 11. Takes a deep breath. Posada says strikes. Bryan pitches. Manny in the center, shallow center field. Bernie's going to get there. Offerman will tag. Gonna try it. The throw to Posada is in time. He's out. So there's 2 out. And Everett and Lewis move up 90 feet. So they're still not out of the woods yet. 68% chance to win the ball game. Bowringer now has first base open. Lansing is 2 game winners on the year. How you doing, Mr. Howard? So 3-3, runners on second and third, bottom of the 11th. Lewis and Everett. Lansing. Ground ball to Jeter. Lansing's in a hurry, so is Jeter. This is going to be close. Lansing is safe. The Red Sox win the ball game. Lansing just gave it everything he possibly could. Jeter put a good throw on, but Lansing kind of does his inner Carl Lewis impression. As long as he's not singing the anthem, he's fine. He got on first base. Tino Martinez has flipped it back. The run scores, and the Red Sox walk this one off 4-3. So 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for Boston. They only left on 3. The Yankees, 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors, and they left on 3. Orojo gets the win. He's 5-1. He went 1 inning. Pedro, 8 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. The homer to Bernie Williams in the 6th. A walk and 12 strikeouts. Mussina, 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 9. The Yankee pen pitched well until the 11th inning. So the Yankees fall to 34-17. The Red Sox move to 29-21. Let's play the rest of this Wednesday in baseball for you. The Yankees struck out 15 times in that one. Jamie says, I have no memory of Lansing, and Jamie was talking about Mike Lansing. And then Scotty says, I have a friend who went to Michigan State and says the same thing. All right, the rest of this May 30th in baseball, the Mets beat the Phillies 2-1 at Shea. Rick Reed 3-2. Person goes to one and 5. Perez 2 for 3, a second of the year, and drives in 2. Atlanta 3-1 over Montreal. John Rocker gets the win, 3-1. Ugi Urbina 0-6. Chipper, or one of the Joneses, 1 for 3, his 11th of the year, and a steal. By the way, Atlanta is in first now by half a game. Oakland shuts out Tampa Bay 6-0. Mulder 6-2. Lopez 3-4. Menachino 2 for 4, 7 homers, and he drove in 3. Florida destroys Pittsburgh 12-2. Brad Penny 4-3. Schmidt 2-1. Lee 3 for 5, 2 homers. Now it's 4 and it drives in 6. Cubs get 21 hits. They double Cincinnati 10-5. John Lieber 5-2. Retzma falls to 4-3. Todd Hundley 3 for 5, his 5th of the year, and drives in 2. Cleveland doubles up Detroit. They hit 16 hits. Oh, by the way, Wright 1-1. Holt 0-6. Ellis Burks 3 for 4 and 2 RBI. Milwaukee 9-5 over St. Louis. Levereau 2-2. Andy Bendis 3-3. Hernandez 3 for 5, is 9th of the year in the stolen base. Kansas City over Texas 8-5. Reichert 3-6. Pat Mahomes. Well, the Royals are looking at his son, and they love his daddy too. He's now 0-4. Jermaine Dye 2 for 3 with a double. Chicago, Jeff Leafer 2 hits, a homer, and 5 RBI. Ray Durham 2 for 4, a triple and a double. They pound Toronto 7-1. Baldwin 4-2. Esteban Loaiza 2-7. San Francisco doubles up Arizona 6-3. Livan Hernandez 7-5. Ellis 3-4. Craig Colburn, a solo shot, his 4th of the year. San Diego 9-3 over Houston. Davey 3-1. Powell 5-4. Ryan Klesko 2 for 4, his 16th of the year, and drives in 4. D. Scott comes in to see the Dodgers beat the Rockies 7-4. Chan Ho Park 3-2. Mike Hampton 2-3. Marquise Grissom 2 for 4. He hits 2 and drives in 2, both of them solo shots. Seattle 6-3 over Baltimore. Halama 5-1. Johnson 3-7 for the Birdies. Brett Boone 2 for 4, his 11th of the year. Last but not least, the Twins beat the Angels 2-0. May 6-3. Pat Rapp falls to 4-6. Rivas 3 for 4 with a stolen base. So as we close out May, San Francisco by 3 over Colorado, Houston by 1 over Cincinnati, and 1.5 over St. Louis. Atlanta finally is in first place over Florida and the Mets. Seattle by 9 over Oakland. The White Sox a game up on Cleveland, and the Yankees are 4.5 over Boston. Tuesday night, we will have for you the Rockies and the Giants from Colorado. And then Wednesday afternoon, Cleveland and the Yankees. Bartolo Colon and Roger Clemens. So that's the next two for you. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. So long, everybody.